one of the things we're going to be looking at here is when you're fishing a jerkbait or a crankbait is to get yourself one, a rod that you can work. Now with working a jerkbait, sometimes using an extra long rod can be to your disadvantage, as the rod tip may end up tapping the water depending on your height and the height of the boat off the water. But you definitely do need a long rod, one, to get the distance, and we'll be talking about this a little bit later on, but you definitely want a long rod from a distance point of view to also get a good solid hook set. With a jerkbait fishing with line, a lot of people ask what kind of line you throw it on. I don't fish on anything but fluorocarbon. One, it sinks and allows the bait to suspend a bit better, get a more direct hook set, but it hasn't got the stretch of monofilament. Some people like to fish on braid, and I think braid might be a little bit too stiff because then it maybe impair the action of the lure. You want the lure to dart and flow sideways and up and down and act all injured, and that's why we've gone to choosing iRod. The gentleman called Matt Newman in California has designed a range of rods specifically for each application. It takes the thinking out of having to buy a rod and choosing it for any particular application and thinking, oh, is this the right rod or is it too long or too short? And they've basically designed rods around certain applications. I do prefer a limber tip, a decent amount of backbone. Some people like to use a rod with a little bit softer than this. The reason you want a limber tip is you do not want the hooks tearing out of a fish, and this guy over here is going to talk to you about a lot of his lures where you do not want the hooks tearing out because you're rushing it from swim baits to jerk baits to crankbaits or whatever. So for the sake of the exercise, we're getting a good, I guess, a good 35-40 yard cast out here. Nice long rod, working this point and working a suspended jerkbait.
Hey folks, we need your help. Go to Facebook and Twitter. Let us know your fishing crazy stories, and who knows, we may be popping in to your neck of the woods. For all the fine products you see on our show, log on to fishincrazy.com.